You unlock this door with the key of shenanigans. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of insecurities. A dimension of double standards. A dimension of feelings. You're moving into a land of both hypocrisy and anxiety, of accusations and irrational thought. You just crossed over into the female zone.
Okay, hear me out. What if we could date like adults? Like we're together, we're loyal, we're obsessed with each other, but we don't live together and we don't share the same bathroom. Just a thought. Just a thought. Look, I've done the whole living together thing before, and I gotta tell you, I do not want to ever wake up to beard clippings on the sink again. I don't ever want to wake up to an argument about who used the last of the toilet paper and didn't change the roll out. Like, I'm too grown for that. I'm too grown for that. Like, we can go to dinner. We can travel together. We can have amazing together. We can spend the weekend together. But whenever you need to take care of those bodily things, snoring, farting, pooping, shaving, all those things, go in that, when you do that in the shower and you go, yeah, do that at your house. Do it at your house. And I'll do whatever I need to do at my house. Yeah. How about we just, love each other from a healthy distance, and we're together because we choose to be, not because we're stuck under the same roof. Just a thought. Just a thought.
Ho, ho! Fiction can be fun.
Okay, wait, really? You think we're going to believe you now? Okay, so now women, i.e., you are the ones saying that, oh, you want to date like adults. In other words, you want to go out and have all the good things, but not live together, not move in together. You do all the, as you said, bathroom things and bodily things and the showering and all that over at your place. Don't do it in my place. Just come over and let's have a good time and you leave. You know what? I'm going to say this right now. Men have been wanting this since day one. Especially men in your age bracket there, Chloe. They don't have a problem with that. But you know who does have a problem with it? You. You see, women always talk from an emotional standpoint. You're not thinking long term. You're thinking how you feel now because you're disgusted by these things that a man does. You're feeling, yeah, I want this now. But it never fails. It's always the women who come up to the men and always say, where is this going? Where is the long term? What are we going to turn into? Men are the ones who always say, why does it have to go anywhere? This is cool right now. We like it how it is right now. You're in your place, I'm in my place, so let's keep going. But it's always the women that come out and say that they want a future. They want to see where this goes. This has to end in marriage. There's got to be some kind of commitment. Well, the majority of men are going to be like, yeah, the commitment is what we have right now. Like the coolness of how our relationship is currently going. So, Queen, right now, yeah, say what you're saying. I promise you could date a guy like that right now. 5 years down the road, you're going to be changing your tune as to, where is this going? I thought you loved me. Why haven't you proposed? But don't worry, sister. When that day comes, the guy that you are going to complain about can go back to this video and point you in this direction. Then you'll get your answer. Before we move on, I want to say thank you, fam, to all of my subscribers for supporting this channel. I truly appreciate all of you who leave comments, who like my videos, and share them on other social media platforms. I truly got to say thanks, fam. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. And for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, I thank you for tuning in, and I hope you decide to hit that subscribe button. Moving on.
I get rejected all the time, but sometimes it is a little more personal than others, and those are the moments that I think it's really important to step back and look at the whole picture and figure out, what was this rejection? Because a lot of times I found in my life, more times than not, that rejection is protection. And sometimes it takes you being removed from the situation, the individual, whatever is going on, for a bit of time to look back and say, like, that was such a blessing that this thing did not happen. And it reminds me of a situation where it was like a personal rejection for me that I did not really know how to deal with. It was new territory for this rejection. And I was just not used to it. And I wasted so much time trying to fit this square piece into a round hole. Like, I was trying to make this thing work, and I was just getting rejected and rejected and rejected over and over again. And it left me feeling just awful. And then finally I stepped away from that insanity and moved on And after some time, I was able to look back at the situation and think, wow, I was being protected this whole time, and I was fighting against this protection. I was literally trying to break through from this blessing, and I'm thankful every day that I didn't. And it just got me thinking, like, what in your life was really protection that just took you some time to get there? I would love to hear, like, tell me those times that you have been protected by rejection.
Erroneous! Erroneous! Erroneous on both counts. Oh, Lord.
All right, this girl has got to be honest. I am not exactly sure if this queen was actually trying to convey to everybody that rejection is protection, as in trying to give advice to other women, saying, yeah, if you got rejected, it actually can work out as a blessing in disguise, which I'm not going to lie, the minority of times it does work out that way, but that's the minority. But what I'm getting at is I don't know if this queen was using that as a tool to actually help women out who have a problem with rejection, or if this was just a thin-veiled attempt at hitting an OD of copium. Listen, queen, let me tell you something. If you get rejected over and over again, maybe you should slow down and figure out, hey, what is the common denominator here of all these rejections? I mean, yes, rejection is protection, but I'm getting rejected like a bunch of times. What is the common thing? Let me see. The first thing would be, from the female standpoint, yeah, they're men, they all have sausages. That's the common denominator. Oh, wait a minute. The other is me. Yeah. Is it possible that the reason you're getting rejected so many times is, I don't know, maybe there's something that you really need to work on yourself so you could cut down the rejections? I mean, let's think about this logically. If you're constantly getting rejected, that tells this gorilla that you're constantly putting yourself out there because you constantly want to be approached by men. And you're constantly being rejected by said men. So that tells me that you want to be approached and accepted, but something about you is giving you the opposite results. It would behoove you to think, maybe I should stand in front of a mirror and think about somewhere along the lines, something of all this in the reflection, all this womanness that I'm seeing in front of me is not gelling too awesomely here with men. Well, that's just food for thought there, sister. I mean, you can just go back to saying it's a blessing in disguise. I mean, when a Chad multimillionaire decides, hey, he's not even going to smash you, yeah, that was a blessing in disguise. But that also means that even the average Joe is not going to touch you, and you're never going to get a relationship. Hey, you know what else is protection? About a dozen cats and plenty of kitty litter. Yeah, that'll protect you for a while. Moving on.
I recently had a man add me on Facebook, and I generally don't accept strangers' friend requests anymore. It's definitely more of a family and friend platform for me, especially on Facebook. But I saw his profile picture and I was like, that guy's kind of cute. And I went to his page, I stalked it a little bit. I realized he's a single dad. That's a plus. I'm a single mom. And anyway, I accept his friend request. I like a few of his photos to get his attention, as you do in today's day and age. And anyway, I don't think much of it. A few days go by and he sends me a message. So when I opened his message, I was like, who is this man again? And I clicked on his profile and I realized his Instagram handle was in his bio. And his Instagram handle sounded familiar, which I live in small lake city. I know everyone and everyone knows me. It's just how it is if you were born and raised here. So I was like, do I know this guy? Maybe I do know this guy from a while ago or something. So I click on his Instagram link and boom, he was blocked. Which I don't block anyone unless they are overly sexual in our DMs or send unsolicited photos. That's basically the only time you get blocked. And so I immediately blocked him on Facebook because I'm like, there had to have been a reason. And yeah, this could have been back in high school for all I know, but I'm not wanting to take that risk. And so a couple more days go by and I see that he's posted on the Are We Dating the Same Guy page on Facebook. And it had been posted 3 minutes ago and there were already 66 comments on it from all these women that had the worst experiences with him. He has like allegations against him. Every single girl was like, he tried to do something when I told him no. He sends unsolicited photos. Just horrible, horrible things. And this is not the first time something like this has happened here in Salt Lake. I don't know if the dating pool is just absolute trash here or if it's just like this everywhere. But dating as a single mom especially is terrifying. I've been single for 6 years because I am terrified of men. So, if you have a cowboy cousin that's very, very respectful and you trust him, let me know.
She's going to sink, Captain.
But she can't sink. She's unsinkable.
She can't float.
All right, for my female viewers, both of you, there's a reason this gorilla chose this video specifically. Let me explain something. I'm pretty sure that women are very tired of hearing men saying, hey, why don't you take accountability for the man you choose? And then you all say, oh, all men are like that. This is why women always say the same things, because all of you are like that. No, 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 no. I chose this one specifically because you saw her entire 3 minutes get there. She's talking about how she added a guy that she had blocked before because he was cute. The point is, the majority of the men in the manosphere always say that you women always click on the same guys. You always go after the same guys. So you click on the top 10 to 20% of men, and you go off of looks. Yeah, I know you hate saying that, oh, men only go off of looks. You women are equally guilty. Don't come with that crack. In fact, you're even more guilty because all of you are gunning for the same guys. And the point is, when you choose the top 10 to 20% of guys, you think that that top 10 to 20% of guys represents the other 80%. No, they don't. But that leads into this point. Notice how she chose the same guy that she had previously blocked, and you women do this all the time. And she went into the Are We Dating the Same Guy on Facebook, and all the women had something to say about this. What does that say? All of you are choosing the same guy. She said there were a bunch of women saying that this guy was a creep. He was doing inappropriate things, sending nude photos, doing all the things that you women hate being done. The point isn't that, oh, this guy is the worst guy, because that's from a female perspective. You're all thinking, oh yeah, that's the point. No, if you ask men this, they're not going to say, yeah, the point is the guy's a creep. No, they're going to say, all of you are choosing the same guy. All of you are going after that guy because he is the type of guy that you want, the Chad, the Tyrone kind of guy that you want. And then when he does that to all of you, the other 80% of guys you didn't choose are just like him. You ever heard the term guilty by association? Well, that's how you women mate select. You go after the top Chads and then you complain that, oh, this happened to me and this happened to me and this happened to me. And that's why men say, take accountability. You chose that guy, especially this queen. She chose him twice. But don't worry, sister. There's going to be that tall, dark, and handsome-looking cowboy out there looking for you until he finds out that you're a single mom. And then he's going to think, you know, maybe I'll just choose someone who isn't a mom. Oh, I forgot. Apparently, only women get the privilege of having standards. I guess men can't have any. Who would have figured?
You're goddamn right.
I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.